This is ridiculous. This entire store is filled with copycats and dupes like I've never seen.
Nobody's buying these Aldi items. Here's why. Right now, someone just picked up an Aldi product, read the label, and put it right back. Again, this happens thousands of times a day. Same products, same rejection. Aldi knows, and they keep stocking them anyway. Today, we're exposing 15 items that Aldi shoppers universally refuse to buy. And by number 1, you'll see a premium product so bad it's become legendary in Aldi communities. For all the wrong reasons, let's break down what's collecting dust. 15. Clancy's cheese curls. Walk past the snack aisle at Aldi. You'll see Clancy's cheese curls sitting there. Full bags, untouched, while the cheese puffs next to them are constantly sold out. These aren't regular cheese puffs, they're curls, a different shape, a different texture, and apparently a different level of edibility. The problem? They taste like cheese-flavored packing peanuts. The texture is wrong, too dense, too crunchy, not airy enough. The cheese flavor is off, artificial and bitter rather than savory. Aldi shoppers have tried them once, only once, because nobody makes that mistake twice. Online reviews are brutal. Tastes like someone described cheese to an alien. My kids won't even eat these, and they eat dirt. I fed these to my dog. He buried them. The Clancy's cheese puffs are fantastic. They're compared favorably to Cheetos. But the curls? Something went catastrophically wrong in development, and Aldi knows it. These bags sit in clearance sections for weeks. Even at 50% off, they don't move, because once word spreads that a product is bad, Aldi shoppers warn each other. The Clancy's cheese curls have become a meme in Aldi Facebook groups. The product everyone loves to hate. The item you use to test if someone actually shops at Aldi. Have you tried the cheese curls? If they say yes, you know they're telling the truth, because everyone's made that mistake. Cheese curls are a taste disaster, but what's sitting next to them is even more confusing. Deutsche Küche Sauerkraut balls. This product shouldn't exist. Nobody asked for it. Nobody wanted it. And yet there it sits, freezer burned and forgotten. Sauerkraut balls. Frozen balls of breaded sauerkraut that you're supposed to bake and eat as, what? An appetizer? A side dish? A cry for help? Here's the problem. Americans who like sauerkraut want it as a condiment on hot dogs or bratwurst. They don't want spheres of it breaded and fried like some kind of German hush puppy. And the people who don't like sauerkraut, they're definitely not going to start with frozen balls of it. This product has no target audience. It's too weird for mainstream American tastes and too Americanized for people who actually want authentic German food. The execution doesn't help. They're greasy, the breading gets soggy, the sauerkraut inside is mushy and acidic. They taste like regret and bad decisions. Aldi clearly thought this would capitalize on their German heritage and the Deutsche Küche brand. What they created was a product so niche that even people who love weird food won't touch it. These things sit in the freezer section for months. The frost buildup on the packages tells you everything you need to know. Nobody's buying them, and nobody ever will. One reviewer described them as, what would happen if a pickle and a mozzarella stick had a baby neither of them wanted? That's actually accurate. Sauerkraut balls baffle shoppers, but at least you know what they are. The next product, nobody can figure out what it's supposed to be. 13. Specially selected Belgian butter cookies with chocolate chips. This sounds premium. Specially selected is Aldi's upscale line. Belgian butter cookies are supposed to be luxurious. Chocolate chips should make them irresistible. So why are they always in stock? Why does nobody buy them? Because they're an identity crisis in a package. They're trying to be fancy Belgian cookies and American chocolate chip cookies simultaneously. They fail at both. The Belgian butter cookie base is too rich and buttery for American tastes. People expecting chocolate chip cookies find them weird and dense. The chocolate chips are too sparse and small for Americans who want cookies loaded with chocolate. People expecting Belgian cookies find the chocolate chips jarring and out of place. The result is a cookie that disappoints everyone. It's not indulgent enough to be a special treat, not familiar enough to be comfort food, just confused and expensive. These cost $3.99 for a small tin. You can get actual Belgian cookies from Trader Joe's for the same price. Or you can get American chocolate chip cookies that people actually recognize and enjoy. The specially selected Belgian butter cookies with chocolate chips sit on shelves, mocking shoppers with their premium packaging and identity crisis. They're a case study in market research failure. Aldi tried to create something unique. They created something nobody wanted, and the clearance stickers tell the whole story. Cookies can't figure out what they want to be, but the next item, it figured out what it wanted to be and chose violence. 12. Fit and active. Reduced sugar fruit spread. This is in the jam/jelly aisle. It's been there for weeks. The same jars. Nobody's touching them. Reduced sugar fruit spread sounds healthy. It sounds like something you should buy, but nobody does. Here's why. It tastes like fruit-flavored sadness. The reduced sugar means they had to use artificial sweeteners to compensate. The result is jam that tastes weirdly chemical with a bitter aftertaste. The texture is wrong too. Real jam has body from the sugar and pectin. This stuff is thin and runny. It doesn't spread properly. It just sort of seeps. And here's the killer. It costs the same as regular jam, sometimes more. So you're paying premium price for a worse product that tastes like compromise. People who want healthy options buy fresh fruit. People who want jam want actual jam with sugar that tastes good. Nobody wants chemical-tasting reduced sugar jam that doesn't even save them money. The Fit and Active line has some winners. The yogurt is decent, the snacks are okay, but this fruit spread is universally rejected. One person described it as what jam would taste like in a dystopian future where sugar is illegal and everyone is sad. That's not an exaggeration. It's genuinely that depressing. Fruit spread tastes like dystopia, but the freezer aisle? That's where things get ugly. 11. Season's Choice Breaded Okra. Frozen breaded okra from Aldi. It exists. Nobody knows why. Okra is already a divisive vegetable. It's slimy when cooked wrong. It's fuzzy on the outside. Most Americans outside the South have never even tried it. So who exactly is the target market for frozen breaded okra from a German discount grocery store? Southern expats living in areas without good okra? Maybe, but they're not buying this because the breading is wrong. The okra inside is mushy and it doesn't crisp up properly no matter how you cook it. People curious about trying okra? Definitely not starting with the frozen Aldi version. This product sits in freezers, turning into ice sculptures. The bags get frost covered and forgotten. Eventually they get clearanced, and even then, they don't move. Aldi clearly looked at data showing okra sales in certain regions and thought they could capture that market nationally. What they didn't account for is that okra is regional for a reason. Most of America doesn't want it, and the people who do want it have standards this product doesn't meet. The breading to okra ratio is off. The seasoning is bland. The texture is simultaneously soggy and tough. It's an achievement in making an already difficult vegetable even less appealing. One reviewer said, "I'm from Louisiana. This is an insult to okra, to breading, and to food in general. When you've offended food itself, you know you've failed. Okra insults the South, but at least it's trying to be a vegetable." The next product gave up on being drinkable. 10. Simply Nature Organic Apple Cider Vinegar Drink. This appeared in Aldi stores with zero fanfare. It's still there, the same bottles, in the same spot, gathering dust. Apple cider vinegar drinks are trendy. They're supposed to have health benefits. People drink them for gut health, weight loss, and general wellness. But here's the thing, apple cider vinegar tastes like punishment. Even when diluted and flavored, it's harsh and acidic and unpleasant. Aldi's version is particularly rough. The flavoring barely masks the vinegar. It tastes like someone added a whisper of apple juice to straight vinegar and called it a beverage, and it's expensive. $4.99 for a small bottle. You can buy actual apple cider vinegar and mix your own drinks for a fraction of the cost. Or you can just not drink vinegar. The health claims are unproven. The taste is terrible, the price is too high, and the result is bottles that sit on shelves until they expire and get thrown away. One person tried it and said, "I took one sip and my face made expressions I didn't know it could make. And trust me, the top 3 make this look gourmet. Keep watching." Vinegar drinks are undrinkable, but at least they're trying to be healthy. The next product? No excuse, no redemption. 9. Benton's Fudge Mint Cookies. Aldi has incredible cookies. The Benton's brand makes excellent knockoffs of name brands. Their version of Oreos, Nutter Butters, and Vienna Fingers are all solid. Then there's the Fudge Mint Cookies, and nobody's buying them, ever. These are supposed to compete with Keebler Grasshopper Cookies or Girl Scout Thin Mints. They fail spectacularly. The mint flavor is wrong. Too too weak in some bites, too strong in others. It tastes artificial and chemical rather than fresh and minty. The chocolate coating is waxy and weird. It doesn't melt properly. It leaves a film in your mouth. The cookie part is dry and crumbly. It disintegrates into dust when you bite it. Put it all together, and you have a cookie that's worse than the sum of already bad parts. Each element fails individually, and together they create something genuinely unpleasant. And Aldi shoppers know this. The Fudge Mint cookies sit on shelves while every other Benton's product sells out. They get marked down to clearance regularly. Even at 50% off, people walk past them because life's too short for bad cookies. And these are bad cookies. One person described them as what mint cookies would taste like if made by someone who'd never tasted mint. Another said, these taste like they're trying to punish you for something you did in a past life. The Benton's brand has credibility. These cookies are damaging it, and Aldi should just discontinue them and pretend they never existed. Mint cookies taste like punishment, but they're edible. The next product crossed a line into something darker. If you're already crossing items off your shopping list, hit that subscribe button. At number 1, we're exposing a premium dessert so catastrophically bad that Aldi Facebook groups have entire threads dedicated to warning people about it. You don't want to miss it. 8. Fremont Fish Market Beer Battered Cod. Frozen fish from Aldi can be hit or miss. This one is a miss. A catastrophic, how did this get approved miss? Beer battered cod sounds appealing. Fish and chips at home. Easy weeknight dinner. Should be simple to get right. Aldi got it very wrong. The batter is thick and gummy. It doesn't crisp up properly no matter how you cook it. Bake it, soggy, fry it, still somehow soggy. Air fry it. Congratulations, you've created fish jerky wrapped in a wet blanket. The cod inside is overprocessed and mushy. It doesn't flake. It sort of collapses. The texture is wrong. It barely tastes like fish. Just generic proteins surrounded by failed batter. And it smells weird. That's the comment that appears in every review. It smells wrong. The smell is off. My kitchen smelled like regret for hours. When frozen fish makes your house smell bad, that's a fundamental failure. Fresh fish shouldn't smell strongly. Frozen fish definitely shouldn't make your entire home reek. The Fremont Fish Market beer battered cod sits in freezers, unloved and untouched. Occasionally, someone new to Aldi buys it. They never buy it again. Aldi's other frozen fish products are decent. The salmon is fine. The shrimp is acceptable. But this beer battered cod is legendarily bad. One reviewer summed it up. I've made a lot of bad decisions in my life. This fish is in the top 5. That's the kind of product legacy that keeps items on clearance shelves forever. Beer battered cod smells like failure, but it's still food. The next item makes you question whether it qualifies as food at all. Siebte Deutsche Küche Spätzle. Spätzle is a German egg noodle. It's delicious when made fresh. It's acceptable when done well from a package. Aldi's Deutsche Küche Spätzle is neither fresh nor well done. It's sad, aggressively sad. The texture is the first problem. These noodles are simultaneously mushy and rubbery. They have no bite, no texture, no integrity. They're just slippery, bland blobs. Preparing them doesn't help. The package instructions make them worse. Following directions results in a pot of gluey, sticky pasta-adjacent material that nobody wants to eat. German food lovers buy this once expecting authentic spätzle. They're horrified. They never buy it again and warn their friends. Americans curious about German food buy this once. They're confused and disappointed. They assume all German food is bland and weird. They never buy it again. Nobody wins. The spätzle just sits there, packages accumulating in the ethnic food section until they get clearanced and eventually thrown away. One German expat reviewed it online. This is what the Allies used for enhanced interrogation. This is a war crime in pasta form. When your product is compared to a Geneva Convention violation, you've failed. Spätzle has the texture of sadness, but at least it won't hurt you. The next product? That's not a guarantee. 6. Happy Farms Pepper Jack cheese slices. Aldi's cheese is usually solid. The blocks are good. The specialty cheeses are excellent, but these pepper jack slices? Universally rejected. The problem is immediately obvious when you open the package. The smell, it's wrong. Cheese should smell like cheese. These smell like chemicals and something vaguely petroleum-based. The texture is also wrong. They're too thick and rubbery. They don't melt properly. Put them on a burger and they sort of sweat but don't melt. It's unsettling. And the flavor? It's not pepper jack. There's barely any pepper. There's barely any jack. There's just processed cheese product with a hint of something that might be pepper if you use your imagination. People buy these once thinking they're getting a deal on pepper jack cheese. They're getting processed cheese slices that happen to be vaguely spicy. The reviews online are consistent. Tastes plastic. Made my sandwich worse. I returned these, which I never do because they were inedible. And Aldi's other cheese slices are fine. The cheddar is acceptable. The American cheese works for what it is. But something went horrifically wrong with the pepper jack formulation. These packages sit in the dairy case, accumulating slowly until enough people complain and Aldi pulls them temporarily. Then they reappear a few months later like a horror movie villain. One person said, "These cheese slices are proof that just because you can make something doesn't mean you should." Pepper jack tastes like chemicals, but at least cheese is a familiar concept. The next product, nobody even knows what aisle to find it in. 5. Season's Choice Chicken Cordon Bleu Bites. These appeared in the frozen appetizers section. They're still there. The same boxes, for months. Chicken cordon bleu is already a weird concept. Chicken stuffed with ham and cheese. It's a 70s dinner party dish that never really made sense. Making it into bites, tiny breaded nuggets of chicken, ham, and cheese, makes even less sense. The execution is terrible. The breading is bland and thick. The chicken inside is over-processed and rubbery. The ham is barely detectable. The cheese is a microscopic amount that doesn't even melt properly. They're supposed to be an appetizer, but they're too small to be satisfying and too bland to be interesting. They're too weird to serve at a party and too processed to feel like real food. And they're expensive. $4.99 for a box of tiny, disappointing nuggets. You can buy actual chicken cordon bleu or just buy chicken nuggets and cheese separately for less. They sit in freezers, unwanted and unloved. Occasionally, someone buys them out of curiosity. The box goes home, the bites get cooked. Everyone is disappointed. The rest of the box gets thrown away. Aldi employees joke about these. They're the product that's always there, the constant. The reliable failure. One reviewer described them as the answer to a question nobody asked, prepared badly. That's the perfect summary of a product nobody needs or wants. Chicken cordon bleu bites confuse everyone, but at least they're trying to be food. The next product gave up on trying. 4. Simply Nature Organic Beet Juice. This exists in Aldi stores right now. Nobody's buying it. And frankly, that's a good thing. Beet juice sounds healthy. It's full of nutrients. It's supposed to be good for blood pressure and athletic performance, but it tastes like drinking dirt, specifically wet dirt from a garden where something died recently. Aldi's Simply Nature Organic Beet Juice is particularly aggressive. It's thick. It's earthy. It's intensely beet flavored in a way that makes you question why anyone would do this to themselves. There's no added flavor to mask the beet taste. It's just concentrated beet juice, all beet, all the time. Every sip is a journey through a root vegetable you never wanted to drink. And it stains everything. Your mouth turns purple. Your sink turns purple. Your clothes if you spill it. You'll look like you drank a bottle of food coloring. The health benefits aren't worth it. You can eat actual beets if you want the nutrients, or drink a smoothie with beets mixed with other ingredients. Nobody wants straight beet juice except the most hardcore health fanatics, and even they can buy it at health food stores or make it fresh. One person tried it and posted, "I poured this down the sink and my sink threatened to call the police." When your drain rejects a beverage, you know you've created something special. Beet juice tastes like regret in liquid form, but the next product isn't even trying to taste good. 3. Fit and Active Protein Pancake Mix. Protein pancakes are trendy. People want high-protein breakfasts. This should work. It doesn't at all. The Fit and Active Protein Pancake Mix makes pancakes that are dense, rubbery, and nearly flavorless. The texture is wrong. They're gummy and heavy. They don't fluff. They don't have that light, cakey texture pancakes should have. The protein comes from added whey protein and egg whites. This makes the pancakes taste vaguely chemical with a protein powder aftertaste that lingers unpleasantly, and they don't cook properly. Following the package directions results in pancakes that are burned on the outside and raw in the middle. Adjusting the heat results in pancakes that are fully cooked but taste like hockey pucks. Syrup doesn't help. Butter doesn't help. Toppings can't mask the fundamental wrongness of these pancakes. People buy this once thinking they're making a healthy choice. They choke down one pancake, they throw the rest away. They never buy it again. Regular pancakes taste better and honestly aren't that much worse nutritionally. And if you want protein, just eat eggs on the side. The fit and active protein pancake mix sits on shelves mocking shoppers' healthy intentions. These boxes are always in stock because nobody repurchases them. Protein pancakes taste like broken dreams. The next product, it gave up on dignity entirely. Dos Pueblo Lindo Queso Deep. This is in the refrigerated section near the cheese. It's always there, the same containers, week after week. Queso dip should be simple. Cheese, peppers, maybe some spices. Warm it up, dip your chips, enjoy. Aldi's Pueblo Lindo Queso Dip is a masterclass in getting simple things catastrophically wrong. The texture is the first problem. It's simultaneously watery and gloopy. It separates when you heat it. Oil pools on top. The cheese solids sink to the bottom. Stirring doesn't help. It just creates an uneven mixture of grease and chunks. The flavor is worse. It's not spicy. It's not cheesy. It tastes like processed cheese food with a hint of something that might be pepper if you're generous. And the ingredients list is terrifying. It's mostly water, vegetable oil, and modified food starch. The cheese is third or fourth on the list. This is cheese-flavored dip, not actual queso. People buy this expecting to make easy nachos or have a party snack. What they get is an oily, separated mess that nobody wants to eat. Even microwaving it according to package directions results in a hot, oily disaster that somehow tastes worse than when it was cold. Aldi has good queso in jars in the shelf-stable section, but this refrigerated version? Universally rejected. These containers sit until they expire. Then they get thrown away. Nobody buys them at full price. Nobody buys them on clearance. They're just waste waiting to happen. One person described it as what cheese would be in a post-apocalyptic wasteland where cows are extinct and cheese is a vague cultural memory. Disturbingly accurate. Queso dip is barely food, but there's one product that makes everything else on this list look good by comparison. 1. Specially selected tiramisu. This is it. The product's so bad, it's become legendary in Aldi communities for all the wrong reasons. Tiramisu is an Italian dessert. Ladyfinger cookies soaked in espresso, layered with mascarpone cream, dusted with cocoa. When done right, it's elegant and delicious. Aldi's specially selected tiramisu is an atrocity. The ladyfingers are soggy to the point of disintegration, not pleasantly moist, waterlogged. They fall apart into mush when you try to scoop them. The mascarpone cream tastes nothing like mascarpone. It's overly sweet with a chemical aftertaste. The texture is wrong, grainy and separated rather than smooth and creamy. The espresso flavor is barely present. What little coffee flavor exists tastes artificial and bitter. It's like they used instant coffee mixed with sadness. And the whole thing is just wet. Excessively wet. There's liquid pooling in the container. The structural integrity is non-existent. Scooping it results in a wet brown puddle on your plate. This costs $4.99. For that price, you could buy ingredients and make your own tiramisu, or buy a decent cake, or literally eat anything else. The specially selected line is supposed to be Aldi's premium tier. This tiramisu is destroying that brand's credibility. These containers sit in refrigerated cases until they expire. Nobody buys them. Even people who love tiramisu avoid this because word has spread. It's bad. Universally, consistently, memorably bad. Online reviews are savage. An insult to Italy. Made me question if I actually like tiramisu. I've had better desserts at gas stations. This made me sad in ways I didn't know food could. Aldi Facebook groups have threads dedicated to this tiramisu. Hundreds of comments. Everyone has a story. Everyone tried it once. Nobody tried it twice. It's the worst product Aldi currently sells, and it stays on shelves as a warning to other products about what happens when you fail this badly. 15 products, 15 reasons to read the label before you trust the price tag. Cheese curls that taste like packing peanuts. Spätzle that violates the Geneva Convention. Tiramisu that insults an entire country. All these low prices are real, but so are their failures. Now you know which ones to avoid. If this saved you from buying any of these disasters, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. What's the worst Aldi product you've ever tried? I want to hear your horror stories. Check out the video on your screen for the Aldi products that are actually worth buying, the cult favorites everyone's obsessed with. I'll see you in the next one.